Dallas Cowboys. We got to talk about them. They're the main topic. So we watched the first half together.
Dak is the greatest. I'll let you talk on it because you're more of a Cowboys fan. Dak is the greatest trash time quarterback to ever live. If he's down 3 scores, let me tell you, he'll get you 2 scores back. Guarantee it. He'll get you 2 back, and he'll ruin anybody that's playing fantasy football. I was playing CD Lamb. CD Lamb, real good when it doesn't matter. He'll go out there and get an extra 80 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Look, normally I would come on this show, and it would be like, okay, they lost, right? And then I have a list of topics. Right? Like, where do they go from here? Should they fire Mike McCarthy, right? Like, what's wrong with Dak? CD Lamb's a bitch. I would say all these things, right? That's a normal day. Not today. Not today, because I have no list of topics, and I'll just say this, and I haven't said an F word today. The Cowboys are f***ed, okay? The Cowboys, and I'll put $1 in the swear jar every time I say the F word now, but they're F-U-C-K-E-D, okay? Plain and simple. Where do I start? The offensive line sucks. They're horrible. 5 years ago, Cowboys offensive line, best in football. Okay, we had Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, Tyron Smith was decent. Now you have Terrence Steele playing Olay with Nick Bosa every time. Just, hey, go on right past me and hit the out of Dak every play. Okay, every single down, every down. It was embarrassing. If we didn't put a tight end over there, Dak had 1 second to throw. I'll give him that from last night. Okay, on the other side, you have the guy we drafted in the first round, Tyler Guyton. He's still playing in college.
He's terrible too.
He's a bust.
I mean, listen. The one thing I will say. It's obviously, that's the toughest position in football to try to come in as a rookie and be a good left tackle against these guys. So I'll give him a little bit of leeway. I don't think he's going to be very good, but it's not over for him at this point.
No.
But I will say this, you're right. And when I make fun of Dak, I'm not saying it's all his fault by any stretch. The offensive line was just like you said, he had 0 time to throw. Yeah. I'm just saying when they back up and they give him easy throws, he's fantastic and will rack up the trash time. But I wanted to kind of make that clear. Like you said, this loss went on him. It's more just there's nothing you can do behind that offensive line.
It's a combo, right?
And you have 2 85-year-old running backs in Zeke and Dalvin Cook.
I was about to go there next. I mean, it's like you have the running backs suck. You have Rico Dowdle, who's one of the most inefficient running backs in football.
What a player Rico is. That's one of Big Dog's picks.
What does he call him? Debo. Dabo. He calls him Dabo. Like that's what he calls Rico.
Dabble.
He goes Dabo. Yeah.
Dabo.
But I think it's like a mix between Dabo Sweeney and Brian Daboll.
Yeah.
But anyway. Backs are ancient behind him. I mean, Zeke they were like, I think he ran for 9 yards last night, and they were like, that's his longest run of the season. The wide receivers suck other than CD Lamb. I mean, and CD Lamb only plays 1 quarter a game, really. He doesn't even try and for 75% of the game. The defense is an absolute sieve. The Niners torched us. But all that pales in comparison to one man, and that his name is Dak Prescott. And I know you just clarified that it's not all his fault. Okay, that man, Jerry Jones, paid this man $60 million a year. $60 million. You handcuff.
It's Jerry's fault.
You handcuff the franchise for 4 years for that guy, for Dak Prescott. He threw 2 picks last night. He's thrown now 8 interceptions in 7 games. The 2 he threw were horrific interceptions, but he threw 2 more balls that 100% could have been intercepted. And the most baffling thing I've seen in my entire life was like the end of the game, right? So with 11 minutes to go in the game, Dallas had 156 yards of total offense. 156 yards through the entire game with 11 minutes to go. They go 2 drives, 10 plays, 70 yards, 4 plays, 70 yards, the next 2 drives. Score a touchdown on both. Dak looks like Joe Montana out there. He's slinging the ball over the field. I mean, guys are running wide open, and look, you could act like on that first drive, the 10-play drive, oh, well, San Francisco's kind of playing back coverage. Not the second one. Not when it's a 10-point game with that much time left, and not when they score on 4 plays. They were getting explosives, okay? So they weren't just sitting back all off on that drive. Yet, he looks amazing. Dallas's defense, who's been terrible all year and last night, gets a stop. Gets the ball back to Dak. And you have 3 minutes to go. You're down 6. A touchdown and an extra point, which you know is automatic from Brandon Aubrey, wins the game. And the second the game goes from garbage time, like you talked about, to it is now a pressure situation, number 4 turns into an absolute 0 because number 4 had 0 yards in 4 plays. And the first play was the most ridiculous throw I've ever seen in my life. First
Your dad said mini seizures.
He was having mini seizures. He threw the ball
Three guys could have picked it up. He goes, I don't know. He was like, I don't know what he saw on that one. But
Chris Collinsworth was like, this is a horrible throw from Dak. I don't know what he's looking at. And it was funny because I was wondering when I saw him throw it, initially I was like, I think that could have been picked off by like 3 guys. And then they showed it. And Collinsworth was like, I don't know what he was looking at there. I'm going to have to ask him. But I was like, yeah. On that throw, I was like, maybe he's throwing the. I mean, I'm kidding, but it's like it was like, where was he possibly trying to fit that? It was, and the second down throw was just as horrible, and then the third down throw was actually a dime. Yeah, Turpin has to catch it. Turpin sucks. He didn't. And then on the last play, how about this? The last play, we have an undrafted rookie in who has played 5 snaps the entire game, and that's who we throw to. On the final play, everybody was crying PI. Wasn't PI. It was a horrible throw to a bad receiver who was double covered. No shot to catch it. Hey, how about throw to CeeDee Lamb, who's got 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter? Where was he? Was he targeted 1 time on that drive? No, he was not. It was pathetic. The Cowboys, like I said, they're done. They're absolutely done. It's over. They're 3-4. Their schedule is brutal. They showed it last night. They're going to lose probably 10 games this year, and good. I'm glad.
10 games. Damn.
Yeah. Dude, have you seen their schedule? The rest of their schedule?
I remember it's tough.
I mean, dude, even the defense played half decent last night. We still lose the game to a bad, not a bad, but a very beat up, underwhelming 49ers team.
Yeah.
Underwhelming 49ers team. And I mean, look at our schedule. At the Falcons, versus the Eagles, versus the Texans, at the Commanders, versus the Giants, versus the Bengals, at the Panthers, versus the Bucks, at the Eagles, versus the Commanders. Literally, I'm looking at that. Panthers, Giants, that's about the only sure wins we have on our schedule.